Sam O'Reilly for Fight Talk. I'm here today, West Ham, ABC, young prospect Tony Buttigieg. How are you, mate?
I'm not too bad. How are you? You alright?
I'm very good. Thanks for having me down, inviting me down for a day with you.
Anytime.
Talk me through your day. What's the crack today?
Well, I just come down to see the lads, and for 5 minutes, 5-10 minutes. Haven't seen them, and there's a few new faces down there training. And then from here, I need to go and work on my back, do a bit of physio, and hopefully I should be fighting by June.
Yeah. Let's go back a little bit. Obviously, you're a young man, 3-0. Let's talk a little bit about the amateurs and why you felt it was the right time to turn over when you did.
I was a very good amateur, and I had good memories in the amateurs. But I just got to the point I wasn't enjoying it anymore, and it just weren't for me anymore. And I was winning, and then I wasn't getting the decision, and in my head it was always set on turning pro. So I just said, I got to 18 and I said, you know what, I'm a man now. I'm a young man, and I said, you know, it's time to turn pro.
So here with Barry in West Ham.
Barry, yeah.
Was there any conversations with him that he thought, that maybe it's too early, maybe you do need a foot? I mean, how many fights did you have in the amateurs?
About 38, 39.
Yeah.
But a lot of them, I boxed a lot of good kids, a lot of the time. So it was like internationally. Then I boxed for England once or twice. So it was good. Yeah. Good memories. Yeah.
So no doubt that this was the right time to turn over.
Yeah. And I used to think when I was a kid, when I used to see like people around me in the gym training, like, oh, he's fighting for the British, he's fighting for this, he's fighting for this championship, and you think, oh, like, I want to be like that when I get to that age. When you're a kid, and just put the work in, and we're getting there.
Yeah. So you turned over on was it early last year or the back end of 2016?
Back end of 2016.
Yeah. So you're 3-0 now. So talk me through the transition, because obviously it's different. You know what I mean? It's very different.
Very different.
So talk me through that.
Well, obviously as an amateur, it's 3 rounds, and anyone who knows the amateurs, it's at the highest level. It's more about scoring, just scoring and moving. If you watch the Olympics and that, it's not really. It is boxing, obviously, but it's more along the lines of like scoring and moving, getting through the 3 rounds. And I was very good at it. Southpaw, big, long, heavy, strong for the weight, and Gervais, get in. Gervais coming in. This is a good friend from the amateurs, Gervais.
You're right.
So I was good at it, and I boxed a couple of good kids, and obviously I beat a few, and then the one that put it in my head that I wanted to turn pro was when I boxed a good kid. I beat him, and he gave it the other way. I said, oh, like, I don't know how much more of this I can take. Because people see it, and people see, just 2 people in the ring, but they don't see the 10 weeks that you put in beforehand. They don't see the dieting, the running, starving yourself, taking the punches in the gym. Do you know what I'm saying? Up at early hours, like media work, the media side to it.
Yeah.
They only see you for 3 rounds in the ring. Do you know what I'm saying? And they don't see the work that goes in. And then I just said I made up my mind I was turning pro, but before that I was going to quit boxing, and I said, look, I don't want to box no more. I didn't want to box no more, that was it. And everyone was saying, you're mad, you're this, you're that. And a few people came to me saying, look, turn pro. I said, no. I said, I just want a break. Had a break, went out with my friends and that, spent some time with the family and that, spoke to him and that. And then Barry rang me one night, and he said, I heard you're going to quit. And he always gave me good advice, Barry, and I always liked his way, his mentality and whatever. And I said, I'm done, I'm happy enough, I don't want to box anymore. And he said to me, no, listen, you've got a good future in front of you, do this, do that. And then he went, look, come down to the gym, he went, see how you like it or whatever. So I did it, and the minute I walked in, I knew it was meant for me.
So Barry managed you as well as trained you?
Yeah.
So you did you make your debut with Hellraiser shows?
Yeah.
What's the tickets like? Because that's the hardest bit straight away.
I do good with tickets. I do. Yeah. I'm very blessed to have the following that I have, and even now, like literally, it sounds silly, but every couple of hours I'm getting people DMing me and texting me or ringing me, when you fighting next, when you fighting next, when you fighting next. So I'm very lucky and blessed to have the following that I do. So thanks to everyone, Fred, and I won't forget them.
Yeah, of course. Do you have any sponsors backing you at this stage? Because obviously, it's hard. There's not many boys I know that can do this full time in the small hall scene. So talk to me a little bit about work or sponsors or what your situation is.
Well, Continental sponsor me. They're very good, very helpful. Without them, I couldn't do it. So it'd be very hard for me to do it. And so that's a big thank you to them. Lamia, Mo, Michael, everyone, Simon, everyone. Big thank you to them. They're very good to me, and I won't forget them.
So you've been out a little while now. Your last fight, when was it? Back end of last year? October, yeah.
Yeah, to be honest, I had a horrible camp, and
was that injuries and sickness or?
Oh, it sounds silly, but starting the camp, I had a bad back. The back was always there. Then I was sparring with Nathan Wise, 10 rounds, and it was in the last round or the 9th round, and it was a good spar, very good. Everyone was clapping, and I went to throw a backhand, and the knee popped out. Anyway, that was that, and then I had to go through the camp with the knee, then the shoulder, the back.
All in one camp?
All in one camp. Then I was hitting the pads with Barry on the wrist. I was thinking, oh, what next?
He's falling apart, geezer.
Exactly. And then even outside the gym, but it wasn't what I do when I was in the gym, it was when I leave the gym what I do. Do you know what I'm saying? I'd always be trying very, very hard with Barry, and that you have no choice to with him, otherwise you just say, look, I don't want to just drop you out.
Yeah.
And I did that, and from there it would be what I do when I left the gym. Like I'd be indoors, bored out of my head, hungry, you know what I'm saying, making weight, your face and body hurting from the week's training. Then the boys would ring me, oh, there's a party, do you want to come? And then I go. But what I do is, I'd leave here of a Friday or whatever, go be eating junk, and then like going out partying, drinking, silliness. The day that I weighed in the day before. This is a mad story, no one knows that I weighed in on a Friday night I was partying, Saturday I was fighting, and drinking Friday night. I was doing shots, Jaeger boss. So it's not good, is it?
So what's different now? That's 6 months ago. What's different now? Why is that? Have you think you matured in that time or what?
Yeah, that was the only camp I did it for, and like every motivation was wrong. Everything I knew that deep down, everything was wrong for that camp. I had 3 or 4 pullouts, and for like the week of the fight, I think I had 4 people who were supposed to fight. Each and every one of them pulling out, and I might have a couple of days. So it was a bit mad with your head. Do you know what I'm saying? So in your head you think, oh, like, I'm getting ready for him, but now I'm fighting him.
Yeah.
So it was very very hard, but in a way it was good. I'm glad it happened because it's made me more mature as a man. Made me more mature as a man.
So as you look at your situation now, you're happy that this is 100% dedication for this sport.
Now after my last fight or whatever, I got cut or whatever, and I just said to myself like, look, I need to start knocking them down now and dropping a few things out and fixing things in camp, you know.
So talk to me about the next step. You said you might be out in June. Is that about right?
I hope so. You know what I'm saying? That's what I'm thinking. And touch wood, the back gets fixed. We're working every day. And I'd like to be out in June. Summer, I'd like to be out again. And then one more before Christmas. That's free this year.
Are they going to be Hellraiser shows as well?
Yeah, why not?
Yeah.
And then it's good too, Mickey, because he's got the Channel 5 thing. So that's very good. Do you know what I'm saying? Everyone's on Channel 5, so it's very good.
So at the younger age you are, do you have opponents in mind you want to fight, or do you have specific titles you want to pick up? What's your short-term ambition?
Well, for my last fight, I said to Barry, I want to box for the British International thing, 10 rounds or whatever it is. And people were thinking,
the British Challenge belt.
Yeah, people were thinking 10 rounds, like. But they don't see the work that goes in the gym. Like we do 10 rounds every other day. Do you know what I mean? And so I understand when people say like to you, oh, that's a big jump up. It is a jump up, but you do the rounds in the gym, and I'm gonna need to do it soon anyway. So let's just get it over and done. Like, I want to fight the best. I want to fight the best.
Do you think Barry will let you? Or do you think he's gonna have to keep the lead on you and tell you to slow down a bit?
But like look, with Barry, he knows what's right and what's wrong. That's what I'm saying, and he says to me like whoever I fight. But he's not one to shy away from a challenge, Barry, and which is good. He's very loyal to his fighters. Very.
I'm trying to touch on this gym. There's a lot of guys in there, a lot of good pros like Philip Bowes and Nathan Wees, Robert Asagba. You know what I mean? The list goes on. What's it like being in the gym with these boys every day?
It's very good. It's opened my eyes. If I'm being honest, it's opened my eyes, and when you're in there putting the work in with them, training alongside them, making weight. You know, when you see him working hard, you want to work hard too. Do you know what I'm saying? When you see him winning, like when you see Philip winning, when you see Nathan winning, when you see all of them winning, you think, I want to do that. And it's good because they're big men compared to me. They're 30, 31, 32, and they're good. I'm 20. Do you know what I'm saying? So it's only going to make me better. Champions make champions, isn't it?
How would you describe your style for people that ain't seen you or might want to come and see you this year when you're back in there? How would you describe your style?
Sexy. No,
I don't know how that works in a boxing ring.
I know. Just entertaining, busy, just to get your money's worth. That's what I'm saying. Smart, clever, fast. Just you definitely get your money's worth without sounding too big-headed. You know.
All right. Well, listen, it's a pleasure talking to you and coming down your gym today. Look forward to seeing you back in there. Anything else you wanted to add?
I just want to thank Barry and everyone sending me the messages and saying like get better soon or whatever. It's very touching for everyone like to be ringing and texting me that much. You know, even people who I don't know have been DMing me saying, look, I've seen like on your Instagram this that, hope you're good, which is good. Thanks to everyone. I won't forget them.
Tony Buttigieg, thank you very much for talking to Fight Talk.
Thank you.